Untitled Tank Blitzers, it's a Littlefinger. Full tank review here on the Lorraine, a 40-ton Tier 8 French medium tank. It's got some really good speed, not much in the way of armor. It has a 4-shell autoloader. We'll get into that here in a second. But the reason for the review right now is Black Friday. You can get this for 5,000 gold, all 9 equipment slots unlocked, and 1,000 coupons to use in, I guess you could call this the Blitz Black Friday store, right? You can use those coupons towards a Type 62, and the next one, if you got past the Type 62, would be the M4A1, or you can use it for smaller items such as premium time, silver, free EXP. You get the idea. But anyway, we're here to talk about the tank. Yes, in typical French style, not a lot of armor. It does move really well and has an accurate gun. Let's run through my setup. You can see here running repair kit, multi-purpose, and engine boost because we can't run adrenaline with the autoloader. Provisions, running coffee and croissant, improved fuel, and a standard fuel. I could certainly see an argument here for replacing the standard fuel with the pate. Running 28, 12, and 8 on the ammo, making sure we're buying that with silver. And as far as equipment goes, running calibrated shells. Pen on this is pretty good. You're going to struggle a little bit on those Tier 9 heavy tanks, which is why I run the calibrated. And not a whole lot of difference here with the vents. Defense system, improved optics, enhanced gun lane drive, improved assembly. Just remember, guys, the enhanced armor is really not going to help us much on this tank. The engine accelerator, vertical stabilizer, and this really depends on your play style. Being a medium that's fast on the move, I prefer to use the vertical stabilizer. It's going to help you shooting on the move, whereas a refined gun is going to help you if you are shooting while stationary. Toolbox and consumable delivery system. Alright guys, here is blitzstars.com. We've got the Lorraine. Just want to compare it to some of the other tanks. The FCM50T, Progetto, which is an auto reloading system here, not just an auto loader. The Defender Mark 1, which is an auto loader, and the M4A1. Just to give you an idea, where it stands. So damage per minute is at the low end of these tanks, right? But obviously that is not what this tank is about. The tank is about having these 4 shells 2.5 seconds apart. So in 7.5 seconds you can dish out almost 900 damage if you're lucky. Pen on it is decent, right? It fits in right in line with all these other tanks. You've got 1,000 meters per second on your shell velocity, which is really nice as well. As far as weapon handling, it's pretty good aim time, same as the FCM. You've got .317 dispersion. Obviously, with the equipment we put on it, we're probably getting that down right at 3. The Mark 1 here is certainly a better gun on it, especially with the 10 degrees of gun depression versus 8 that we have on the Lorraine. But here we go. 60 kilometers per hour is our top speed, so the tank really does move well. You're going to need that. You're going to have a lot of map awareness with this tank. You also, let's see, 175 critic coefficient, and then the armor. Look at these numbers, boys. Not good. Not good. So be very, very careful with this tank. We'll see a lot of HE shot at you, and not much is going to bounce. 55% win rate, it's not great. Some of these other tanks here are much higher. So I think this is a difficult tank to play, and we'll talk about why here in a second. Alright guys, so here we are, bottom tier on Dynasty Pearl, my least favorite map in the game. Probably next to Himmelsdorf. But anyway, we're going to make just taking a look at the lineups there, we're going to make a speedy route to try to get into the hills here, which will allow us to take our shots and then hopefully, if all goes well, allow us to get into cover while we wait that 20-odd second reload, which you can see here happening. So it is a a fast tank. You can see we're quickly up to 60 kilometers per hour. We've got a team that has split. Half are going to A. And, you know, not seeing anybody, I crossed over the halfway mark here. And get an early spot there. And that is the problem. T-49 here puts one straight into us, right? And this is one of the downsides, in my opinion, to this tank, is it's really difficult to get 3 shots out, 7.5 seconds worth of being exposed. You'll see this in the next game as well, that I make the decision to reload sooner, but we know that we can just about clip out this RU, and I apologize for this, guys, but been having trouble with my iPad well, basically what it does is it drops my finger even though I haven't picked it up. And there's another 3 shots in, and I go ahead and force that reload by hitting the ammunition bar again, right? It's something that is important. You should know how to do that. You don't have to take the shot. If you've got 2 shells in there, you can you can manually force that reload as well. So the nice thing about the tank, as you can see, the mobility. We can get around the map. Just not sure, you know, are these guys going to keep on pushing around? Are they going to turn back? Thinking I have help from this T-92. Again, I can't say this enough. Do not rely on your teammates for support. It's just a recipe for disaster, as they say. And we get 4 shots in there, and there we go. So there's the nice clip, and you know, where's my T-92? Where's my help from the guy that was just behind me? Oh yeah, he's gone back into spawn. Great. And just when you don't want to be trying to back up and not be able to drive, yeah, this iPad thing, and whenever it happens to, oh look, he shot the car. Nice. He missiled a car. Yeah, whenever that happens to me, I don't know if it's happening to anyone else, but I find that if I reboot my iPad, you know, just do a complete hard reboot, then that seems to help out for a while. So I think maybe it might be a memory issue. Anyway, you know, this game is kind of lost at the moment. They've got 2 caps going on 3, so we'll just take our lumps here, get our last shot, and move on to the next game as we do. You know, this guy sitting back here, I think he was a 30%er, but that is that tank in a nutshell, right? So you can see here, we did 2611 damage, 57,000 credits, and a loss. We were second on the team. Here's our T-92 here. Yeah, 42%er. Great. T-26E5. That's a premium tank, and you did 0 damage. Oh, great. A 34%er. You know, it is what it is, guys. We just have to take it and know that things are going to work out over the long haul, right? Alright, let us switch on over here to New Bay and see if we get a different result or more of the same. So, just to reiterate with this tank, I think it's a fun tank. It is a little unique in the sense that it's got 4 shells instead of the typical 3. It's unique in the sense that it's really mobile for a medium tank of this size, and it doesn't have any armor, so you have to be really careful. You have to be aware of the mini-map and where the other tanks are, right? And we get 1 shot. He totally misses that one. Thinking about trying to should have just run away and saved my hit points here, because those 219 hit points just they come in. I could have used those a little bit later in the game. Let's just put it that way. But the thing with this tank is you can really put out some big numbers in a short amount of time. I don't know if it's necessarily a tank that's going to help you carry, just because you don't have any armor. You can't expect any bounces. And so we finished them off, and I get this E25 on me while I'm still reloading. And I probably could have done a better job here of avoiding a couple of these shots, but since he was bouncing there, I figured let's just let this reload go and see if I can't clip him out. I was expecting a little bit of help here from that medium that is down below, but that is a totally different story. But you can see in that short amount of time, 2,300 damage. Now let's zoom in on here. The 59 patent. Yeah, he's just going to be shooting this building for a while. So this is what you're getting on your team these days, guys. Meanwhile, we've got these guys over here, and I just wanted to leave it on the ending here because this AMX finally does get into the fray. We've got this VK who's, I don't know why he's turned sideways. The JP does a good job here blocking a shot after shooting the IS-5. 59 patent still back here shooting buildings. And oh, I can't turn that around, but yeah, so here you go. You've got a Tiger you can shoot to the right and kill him. Nope, you're gonna shoot the IS-5 over that Shark, who was also a one-shot. And say, guys, you need to pay attention to the tanks that are around you and take guns out of the game. Not that it would have mattered in this instance here, I don't think, because, you know, we still have this guy shooting buildings. But I just wanted to leave that in there just because I think it's very eye-opening for me to see that, you know, a TD going in there with 2 one-shots, and he chooses the highest hit point tank to try to shoot. You got to get guns out of the game. Needless to say, this guy is going to get wrecked and do 0 damage, so we'll skip that. But so there's 2,300, 50,000 and damage. We were top on the team, even though we were one of the first to die. Here's our 59 patent. Yeah, we get blessed with another 33% player. You know, it just baffles my mind how people can be at that win rate and still want to play this game. All right, and now the final game, I just wanted to show you a little bit better of a result. But not so much from a damage-wise here. But it does have you know, some picking your targets wisely. I think that's what this tank is all about, really, is getting spots, picking off solo targets. And obviously trying to conserve hit points while you reload, right? So we've got 2 shots in, we're spotted, so I'm just going to back up and check behind us, force a reload there. So another instance with only 2 shots in, right? So the Type 59 has pushed all the way around, so it makes me think that they've all gone heavy. So I'm just going to jump into C real quick and pick up C. And that is quite, you know, with this tank being so fast, you can get yourself into trouble very, very easily. So I decided that, you know, I was going to try to push back when I see the E75 here. He spotted us. Take 1 shot. This is kind of a bad mistake here to go back when they know he's aimed in on me. I mean, anywhere he shoots me, he's going to pen. I should have been expecting him to turn that turret and had at least that next shot go in. But again, we force a reload, right? So not very often that we get all 4 shells off at one time. You want to make sure that you're planning your relocation strategy around your reloads like this. And this lets us get in on this IS-2 with a full clip, right? So lucky that he decides to focus on us. And again, not going to risk pulling out in front of that VK or the IS-2, so let's just go ahead and reload again. It's just the VK down there now, so figure we'll push in a little bit closer so I can, you know, better see the target. We're at 8:15 on the cap point, so it looks like we're going to win this by cap, so I'm not too worried about getting shot here. There we go. There's 3 shots out of the 4. The other one tracked. He's taken down. And this is when I see that T-34-3. So I'm just going to use my speed, get up on him. We got a lot more hit points here. And this is what you can do very, very quickly to a tank. And just like that, over 800 hit points gone, and we finish him off there. 2,900 damage in that game. So, and there were still 3 tanks to go. So 88,000 credits, level 2 there. So the bar is set pretty high right now. Yeah, just amazing. So, anyway, that is the Lorraine. Unique tank, very good price, but very difficult to play, I think. You have to be very map aware. So with that, guys, hope that makes you help a decision on the tank. And of course, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger out.